Laughing and welcome once again to the Iyanifa blog. I think one of the hardest things that we are faced with today is raising our children. We live in a culture that is so youth oriented, that is so focused on instantaneous gratification and on instantaneous feelings and emotions, that relying upon the wisdom of our parents or grandparents has become a thing of the past. I was blessed. I had a father who was the wisest man I ever knew, and as a youngster, I listened, and as an adult, I thought seriously about all of the wisdom that he had offered, often in nice, happy, simple ways. A joke, a story, a comment, all of which carried a moral. It carried information about behavior in our lives. Recently, I did a blog on if a thief knows you work at the bank, he thinks you steal. That was just one of the hundreds of items that had genuine wisdom that my father conveyed to me. Another, for example, was he would say, Phil, if you see 10 potential problems down the road, by the time you get there, 9 of them will have disappeared. So save your energy to focus on the one that needs your attention. And don't waste your energy worrying about 9 that will never intrude in your life. We should all be blessed, I would hope, to have wisdom and knowledge in our family and from our elders. But the task, the very difficult task in today's world, is to create an atmosphere where our children can benefit from that. The philosophy of Iyanifa was always about accumulated wisdom from grandfather to father to son to grandchild. It was a constant force, a constant building. The expression of prayers to our ancestors, where we say, upon whose shoulders I stand, signified this never-ending compilation of experience, knowledge, and wisdom. And yet today we live in a world where wisdom is not valued by youngsters. Results and gratification are. And this very medium, which I'm talking to you on, is one of the examples of that. Because whenever they're bored, or whenever they want to experience or feel something, it takes virtually a nanosecond for them to get on their computers, or to get on their iPods, or to get on their cell phones, and punch it in and punch it out. But very seldom does it contribute to wisdom. There are certain things to do, and certain things we can only hope that they, as we, when they grow older, will begin to think back upon many of the things they dismissed as not essential or not meaningful to their lives, and they will become more meaningful. One of the practical things, I think, is to set aside a time with your children, where children, parents, grandparents, whatever, are together, for better or for worse, on a specific continual basis. In our home, we try to make sure that our children, now aged almost 18 and 14, have dinner with us every night. And we sit down at the dinner table, and we don't watch television, and we don't try, at least we try not to answer the phones, and we don't have the computers going, and we don't have distractions, and we try and talk. We try and have just a one-on-one with our kids in a controlled atmosphere that is not disturbed by all the instantaneous media and technological input that, while serving a great practical purpose in our lives, can also serve as a tremendous distraction in regards to accumulating, being exposed to, and being open to the wisdom and knowledge of of those who came before us. It's critically important. It's critically important in Ifa, and it's critically important that you find some way, somehow, to have these times with your children, to see that their grandparents, if they're alive, have the time with them, and to understand that it's a responsibility that while it may be intruding on their latest desire for instantaneous gratification, is actually setting the foundation for a meaningful, productive, and fulfilling life. Until next time, love and blessings.